The New Orleans Saints have selected Vernon Broughton in round 3 with the 71st overall selection, the defensive tackle out of Texas. Just some quick hits on him. 6'5", 311 pounds. He is a very, very large human being. Not much of a pass rusher. Doesn't offer much upside in that regard. However, I can tell you right now, he is an elite run stopper, and that is where the New Orleans Saints struggled mightily on the defensive side of the football last year. I want to encourage you to subscribe for Saints coverage all throughout the 2025 NFL Draft and throughout the entire year. We do not stop in the offseason. We do not stop when the season gets going. We are here throughout the dog days all year long. So subscribe to Saints Now to get Saints content by fans for fans. Let's talk Vernon Broughton. First things first, I think it makes sense to kind of set the scene here. The New Orleans Saints against the run last year were 30th in opponents' yards per rush, allowing 4.9 yards per rush. In rushing yards per game, 141.4 yards per game. That was 30th in the league as well. In rushing touchdowns game, 1.2. That was 23rd in the National Football League. The Saints defense was not good, really at all, and they struggled mightily against the run. Now, Vernon Broughton, he again, is not going to jump off screen when it comes to the stats. Our draft expert, Tom Downey, had a 5th-round draft grade on him. Some people believe he's a day 3 selection, but the New Orleans Saints opted to go and get him in day 2. He's a quality run defender who can hunker down. He's a solid athlete and possesses a great combination of size and speed, or size and length, I should say, giggity. He has really long arms. He has really great size, and that can all be used to his advantage as a run stopper. He's a late bloomer and an impact player. He did miss a few tackles. His career missed tackle rate is 14.3%. The pass rush is just not there. And he also didn't do any athletic testing. I'm not going to tell you that I love this pick because I don't really think I do. But I do think that it addresses a big need as a run stopper. And I think if you put him next to Bryan Bresee, who's a phenomenal pass rusher but does struggle in the run-stopping department, I think it's a nice supplement. I also think he can learn from Davon Godchaux. He is the guy who will be starting as the nose tackle, and maybe Vernon Broughton can learn a little bit from him. He turns 24 years old in July, 39 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 32 pressures for the Texas Longhorns. So I want you to grade the pick for me, A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think? I'm probably just going to give this a C+. I don't love it, but it is a position in need in terms of the run stopper. I just don't love the pick. I think there's better options out there. However, to each their own. If Brandon Staley thinks that this is the guy they need, I'm going to trust him. This is a new coaching staff. This is a new regime, and I want to see what they do and how they construct their roster because they deserve the right to do so. Now, his play did increase a little bit down the stretch. He had 11 pressures in his final 3 games, and he had 3 of his sacks in the final 3 regular season games and beyond. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had some words for him, and this is what he said. Vernon Broughton has NFL size and traits to make an impact as a part of a defensive line rotation. If he can continue developing his handwork and consistency, his ascending skill set should speak to every scheme. He has a lot of time in the 3-tech spot, but he also does have some time at a 5-tech as well. And I think in terms of what might be the best fit, 5-tech would make some sense for Vernon Broughton. And I think when you're moving forward here, the pass rush still needs to get home. So I think that edge rusher still is a position in need. And there are options still on the board, but I do think a bigger need might have been corner. I think you could have gone edge rusher. I think you could have gone running back, tight end, receiver. I think there's a lot of options that you could have gone with instead of the trenches. But again, this stays on theme and stays on brand for how Mickey Loomis described the Saints are going to build their roster. The philosophy is build from the inside out. And so they're starting to build the trenches. This is not going to be a process that fixes the Saints in 1 year. This is going to be a 2-3 year thing to turn everything around because they're not going to just hit a hard factory reset and just rebuild and everything. They're going to revamp over the next couple of years and then continue to just get more cap compliant, continue to add talent. And I think that's the route that the Saints are heading. Really quick reminder as well, we're here every single day of the draft, so I encourage you to subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports. So far today, we've been live for a grand total of 4 hours. We were live yesterday for 5 hours, so we're almost on 10 hours of live coverage in just 2 days. I think that's pretty damn good. And if you don't want to join that kind of fun, I don't know what to tell you. Now, today's show is also sponsored by Game Time. If you haven't already, make sure you download the Game Time app and use code ChatSports. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. I absolutely love Game Time. They specialize in last-minute deals, and you can save up to 60% when buying tickets, and last-minute tickets especially, to any sort of live event. And they don't just stop at sports. Game Time has tickets for concerts, comedy, theater, or any sort of live event in your area. Game Time also highlights the super deals. These are the tickets that are the best value for events. And you can also toggle the all-in pricing feature, which shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. You can get a panoramic view of your seat or from your seat in the app before you buy. And so I highly encourage you to download the Game Time app. If you want to get tickets to the New Orleans Saints, if you want to get tickets to LSU baseball, I know the Pels aren't playing anymore, but hey, if you wanted to get tickets to those and they were in the playoffs, we would have tickets available for you as well. Jazz Fest is going on right now. You can get tickets with Game Time. So download the Game Time app, use code ChatSports, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. But take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time and use code CHATSPORTS to get $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All that information is in the comments and description of this video. Now, when it comes to Vernon Broughton, he joins Kelvin Banks and Tyler Shough. So right now, we were the New Orleans Raiders. Now we're the New Orleans Longhorns. It's in full effect. Quinn Ewers, you're up next, I guess. Just kidding. It does reunite Vernon Broughton with Bo Davis, who coached the Texas defensive line from 2021 to 2023. So that's a nice little addition there. And I am excited to see Bo Davis work with this defensive line. He has nice size. He's an exceptional run stopper. And I think when it comes to Vernon Broughton, you can expect him to have a mild impact in year one. I don't think it's going to be anything super duper massive. He's going to be like a rotational guy. Devon Godshaw will eventually no longer be on the roster, and then he'll take over. You know what I mean? Look, the Saints still have a lot of needs here. Cornerback, wide receiver, edge. I would say offensive guard is fine now since you got Kelvin Banks, because either A, you put him at tackle and kick Penning into guard, or Banks at guard, Penning still at tackle, if that makes sense. But wide receiver, cornerback, edge rusher, still big-time needs for the New Orleans Saints, and I need to see them address those very, very soon because there's not a lot of great options left on the board. I tweeted this thought out earlier. I don't love how the board is falling for the New Orleans Saints on day two. Vernon Broughton sat behind Byron Murphy and T'Vondre Sweat, and he's going to start his college football career, or his NFL career, in the great city of New Orleans. I'm grading it a C. This draft has just been a little underwhelming. I'm sorry. It just has been. It just has been. But this is a new team. It's a new regime. And if you're a real Saints fan, we're going to stand by. We're going to wait to see what happens. But Who Dat Nation, no matter what happens, we're going to be here every step of the way. So follow your boy on social media, subscribe to the channel, and y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.